Attention passionate Chicago, Bears fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Chicago Bears' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Chicago Bears fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and Chicago Bears fans. Let's get to the news now, folks. What I'm about to tell you might sound like something straight out of the NFL rumor mill, but trust me, this is a story that's gaining serious traction and could reshape the entire NFC North landscape, and honestly, the future of the Chicago Bears. We're talking about a potential blockbuster trade involving Devonta Smith, the dynamic wide receiver from the Philadelphia Eagles, possibly heading to Chicago. That's right. The Bears are reportedly eyeing a move that could see Smith donning the navy and orange, and if it goes down, it's going to be a game changer, no doubt about it. Let's get into the details because this isn't just some idle speculation. Sources close to the NFL are indicating that Philadelphia, a team currently sitting at 10-4 with a tight cap situation, could be looking to move Devonta Smith, a player who's not just a talented receiver but an absolute route-running savant, for a first-round pick. The Eagles, with a cap hit of around $12 million in 2026, are apparently prioritizing their defensive line needs, especially with their Super Bowl window still open. But they see Smith as a prime asset that could fetch them a high draft pick, and the Bears, well, they're reportedly willing to make that move, especially with their offense needing a serious upgrade. Devonta Smith, at just 27 years old, has established himself as one of the league's most explosive and reliable wideouts. He's a guy who can change a game with a single route, and his numbers speak for themselves. In 2025, he's been absolutely dominant, racking up 345 receiving yards, scoring 13 touchdowns, and hauling in 95 receptions. That's an average of about 2 yards per catch, and his PFF grade sits at a stellar 90. 2, reflecting his consistency and elite route-running ability. His EPA per target is plus 0.36, meaning he's consistently adding value every time he's targeted. Plus, with 602 yards after catch, he's not just a guy who catches and falls down, he's a threat to turn short passes into big gains. His separation numbers are impressive too, averaging about 6 yards of separation from defenders, making him a nightmare for defenses trying to cover him in man-to-man. Now, take a moment to imagine what Smith could do for the Bears' offense. This isn't just about adding a weapon, it's about transforming the passing game entirely. The Bears, currently sitting at a 9-4 record and vying for a playoff spot, have been trying to find that explosive element to push them over the top. They've got DJ Moore as their primary receiver, a talented player who's been putting up solid numbers, but adding Smith would be like putting a rocket booster on their aerial attack. With Smith's ability to stretch the field and create separation, he could elevate the Bears' passing yards per game from around 225 to over 275, making their offense much more explosive and difficult to defend. And the numbers support that. Smith's efficiency metrics are off the charts. His yards per route run, YPRR, is 2.6, significantly higher than DJ Moore's 2.0, indicating that he's earning more yards per route run and creating more big play opportunities. If that kind of production continues, the Bears could easily project over 100 receiving yards this season, with a potential increase of around 15% on third down conversions, which would be huge for sustaining drives. Reducing drops is another key aspect. Smith's drop rate is around 4.1%, but with the Bears coaching staff working with him, that could easily be pushed down to around 1.8%, making him even more reliable in clutch moments. This move could also be a strategic response to the Eagles' current transition. They've been leaning heavily on their passing game, especially with A.J. Brown emerging as a deep threat and a yards-after-catch machine. Yet with their cap situation and the need to bolster their defensive front, parting ways with Smith might be a smart move. Philadelphia's passing attack ranks 5th overall, averaging 250 yards per game, but there's a feeling that they might lose some finesse on the perimeter if Smith departs. This could be a calculated risk for the Eagles, but for the Bears, it's an opportunity to pounce and get a proven star who's still in his prime. Now, think about the impact on the Bears' division rivals, especially the Detroit Lions and Green Bay Packers. The Lions have been impressing with Jared Goff and their emerging offense, But adding a weapon like Devonta Smith could be the final piece to challenge Chicago's supremacy in the NFC North. The Packers, who are still in rebuild mode, could also feel the heat if the Bears acquire a player of Smith's caliber. It's a move that would not only improve Chicago's offense, but send a clear message to the division that the Bears are serious about competing for championships, not just making the playoffs. Looking ahead, the odds for the Bears making a deep playoff run could skyrocket with a move like this. Currently, they're sitting around plus 700 to plus 290 in Super Bowl odds, and a player like Smith could be the X factor that propels them to a real contender status. His presence on the field would open up the passing game, making life easier for Justin Fields and the offensive line. Plus, it would give the Bears a legitimate #1 receiver who can take the top off defenses and make contested catches, exactly what they need to elevate their offense into elite territory. Some might wonder about the long-term implications, but everyone knows that in the NFL, you have to seize opportunities when they come. The Bears have been building steadily, and adding a player like Devonta Smith could be the final piece that puts them over the top. It's about making a statement that Chicago is back in the conversation, ready to challenge the division and contend for Super Bowl glory. The fans deserve it, the team deserves it, and the city deserves to see their Bears shining bright again. As we look at the current landscape, the NFL is filled with stories of teams making bold moves to try and secure championships. The Bears are no different. They're in a position where making a splash could define their future for years to come. They've been patient, they've built a solid foundation, and now they're eyeing that next step, and Devonta Smith fits perfectly into that plan. His ability to change games, his route-running precision, and his knack for making big plays are exactly what the Bears need to elevate their offense and push toward the postseason with even more confidence. So, for all of you out there dreaming of another Super Bowl for Chicago, keep your eyes peeled. This potential trade is not just smoke, it's a real possibility, and it could be announced any day now. The Bears are making moves, and the future looks incredibly bright. As always, stay tuned for more updates because things are heating up in the NFC North, and the Bears might be about to make a statement that echoes through the league. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YOUTUBE algorithm to keep recommending the latest Chicago Bears news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, Chicago Bears fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this potential blockbuster? Do you think Devonta Smith is the missing piece to bring another Super Bowl to Chicago? Would you be excited to see him in navy and orange, terrorizing defenses and helping Justin Fields reach new heights? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion really matters to us and to the Bears. We love hearing your perspective, and we'll be back soon with more news, rumors, and analysis. So stay tuned, keep cheering, and let's keep that Bears spirit alive and roaring.